going on? This is gonna be a tower of Hellfire and Brimstone and Death of God. But yeah, this is the hardest tower in the game, so yeah, I guess just get ready to strap in. Let's begin. Alright, so here we are in the tower. Let's just begin. I don't got much to say other than that floors 1 to 6 aren't too bad. I'm gonna be showing you some strats for parts, but floors 7 to 10 are what you really want to worry about in this tower. So let's just begin. So for this conveyor, make sure to face forward so that you don't hit your head on that, because if you go sideways, you're gonna not make that jump most of the time. These platforms are extremely wobbly. Just kind of go whenever it's flat as best as you can, and then come down here. Just glad it costs us trust like angled, because I think it's the easiest way to do it without getting like slid off. Anyways, simple tightrope jumps. The second half of this part is a conveyor, so careful about that. And then over here, and welcome to floor 2. So yeah, floor 1's really short. This part can really sink your health, so be careful about that. If you have a healing item, I would use it. This tower is pretty kill brick heavy. Conveyor right here. Kind of just hug this wall until you drop down in the middle. I think it's the most consistent way. For the tightrope maze, just come up here to this one and jump up. I usually like to skip the first block slanted part and just come up here and kind of just carefully tap W and B until you get up. And this is a strange exposure. It doesn't have an end, but it just kind of like bounces around, so still treat it as a momentum jump though. Climb up here. I like to momentum jump down to here. And this is a bit of a long jump, yeah, so make sure to only start climbing when you're at the peak of your jump, or else you're not gonna make it. Long jump onto a wobbly platform, and it's a falling platform. Come into here. For this stud is ridiculously thin, so I just like to go forwards and then just kind of tap D or A, and for some reason it'll just let you up. And this is an extremely long jump too. You're gonna notice that this tower has a lot of long jumps. I think this kill bricks is here to block your vision, but it shouldn't be that big of a problem anyway. Just set up that. I like to climb down a little bit angled so that you can not miss the platform. Same thing again. Go up here. Now you could wall hop skip over here if you want to the end of floor 3, but I'll just show you the actual route. Do a ledge drop there. I like to wall hop like that. And then these conveyors lead down here. Forwards on this ball. This jumps a bit lower in tower doors, but just try not to hit your head onto it, because yeah, that can happen if you do. Into this one side gap. Also do the tightrope. Don't turn too much, because you'll probably slip off if you do. It's a half stud. Climb down and go from the bottom low staircase so that you don't have to head up to here. Welcome to floor 4. So yeah, this floor is a bit longer, so just get ready. So we just got some easy like circular gameplay. I don't know, nothing much to say. Climb this, jump off of this like so, and then welcome to an outside. This one's kind of long, so be careful. Alright, so for this spinner, you're going to want to jump on it, and then jump on it pretty early so that you can make it through this gap in time. And the rest of it's easy, just come over here, onto this wedge. Climb down pretty low so you can not hit your head, and then climb on the side of it. Jump to this ladder and around. Now, this is a conveyor. It's easy though, just jump to this truss, and you can flick around to here. Onto this giant wedge. Kind of just spam W or space until you get around. This is a GBJ or soft block, so careful. Jumps pretty tight, especially this one. Just make sure to set all these jumps up well. Easy X for sure. Long jump here, and these are falling platforms. Once you get to about this one, turn around so you can climb onto this. Onto this part. Just jump into it and just jump up and go in like the middle of the stud, then do a hit hitter. Alright, and just kind of just hold W and jump to this, it's easy. And then come to here. So here, just hold forwards into this, don't go on it sideways. And then jump onto this ladder on the edge of that exposure. Just kind of hold space over here. And just climb down to here, and let's jump over here. These are all conveyors right before floor 5. Pretty easy though. I'm going to floor 5, so it starts with a really long jump into this ladder. Just kind of shift into it. Yeah, we get some brake wraparounds, and then you got a cylinder wrap, and this is tight jumps. Careful, not really. Wrap camera control thing, and then I like to just get like away from the wall so I can actually wrap and not get hit by it. It's a long jump though, so be careful. Then just turn in there so you can get up. Long jump, and then into here. Around onto this. Order I just did. Then you got some more easy wraparounds. You're gonna have to dance flip into here, so let me copy and paste that. There's only like 2 dance flips in the tower, so you won't have to get used to it, but yeah. Up to here. And up here. Nothing much to say. Conveyor it goes this way, so be careful, but you want to go down here. Jump over to here, and then up here. Editor. Another conveyor over to here, and climb down. I like to just do a downward momentum onto this falling platform, and then just climb up to this part. Go up here. And you got a simple wraparound before floor 6. So yeah, careful on this one-stud ladder here. And to do these, I like to just climb on it. Align. For some reason, this doesn't have freaking alignment keys in it. And then climb to like the last stud and just flick off. Now another cure brick to block your vision. It's easy though. Get pretty far in that gap. And then you got 2 conveyors. This one's pretty long. Make sure to jump for the end. And go to about the edge of this stud, then turn to the other edge of it, and then jump, because that's just the most efficient way to do that without ball physics applying to you. And then you got some simple wedges, and just do a little bit of a side editor up to here. Sometimes you'll have to climb it, but I'm sure you know how to do 2-stick climb ups. For this spinner, I have efficient strategies for each jump, so just kind of time the first one. It's simple. Make sure to stay close to this wall, because it's a tight gap to get into here. Alright, so each of these jumps have a timing. So this first jump, as soon as you see the spinner, jump, or maybe a little bit later. And then for the rest of these, until the last jump, you're going to wait half a second when you see the spinner before you jump. So, now. Then climb around this ladder. And we're going to wait. Now. Now. And now. This last jump though, you're going to want to get on this little corner, and as soon as you see the spinner pass this obstacle, just jump. I'm going to here and the spinner. Those are all pretty consistent as long as you just have the timing down. It's pretty neat. Anyways, try to get up here. There you go. Go forwards off into this, and you can let the spinner save you. Wait for it if you want. Just kind of spam space until you get climb onto this, and then flick over to here, shift over here, whatever you want to do. I'd prefer shift flicking though, and then climb on this small tightrope. Make sure to land on this diagonally, so that you don't, you only need to jump once to make it over here. So try not to get flung off of it. And this little gap. And welcome to floor 7, the hard floors. So yeah, get ready. These are longer. All right, for this hanging platform, don't jump to the other side. Just push it until it's like this, so you can get over to this ladder. And then you got 10 stud wrap around about over to here into this little gap, and these walls can actually stop you so that you can readjust in this conveyor over to this ladder. Do sort of a tight flick over here through this gap carefully, and I like to line up like a little bit off and then kind of wiggle through that gap like so. And then you just got some tight jumps on the outside, so be careful, take your time. You will, and kind of just hover before you climb into this gap. Another dance clip, probably the last one. And then you got 2 big wraparounds. They're not that bad. This one's pretty bad though. Just turn late. Yeah, almost bounced there. Climb into this. Click down if you get stuck. And you can kind of just, I don't know, jump to here and over here. Okay, well, yeah, you can either jump to here or to the tightrope, but it doesn't matter. And this tightrope is pretty bad because it's slanted, so it's way easier to fall off, but you're just going to need to head all the way to the corner of that truss. So yeah, every time you jump, just pause to make sure you're not flipping off. There's no point in rushing this. Anyways, once you're about here, climb onto the chest, and you're gonna have to do one of those bounce things. So hold W in space once you know, right about here. It's pretty annoying. Yeah, eventually you'll make it. As long as you just keep doing that. Simple jumps. This part's pretty kill break heavy. So yeah, if you have a healing item, I'd use it right now because this part's gonna drain all your health. Or you could just speedrun past it if you're, feeling comfortable. Angle up, set it up like that. Climb down like once here, and then do downward momentum so you don't get hit. Set this up. Jump. Nothing much to say. Jump over here and jump onto this part. Alright, these jumps are a little sort of tight. This jump's not that high up, so like you don't gotta like go straight towards it. So kind of just hover before you do that, because you can easily get split off if you just try to go for it directly. It's weird, but it works. Some invisible gameplay. Note that it's way darker in the tower, so you might have to look for a while, but it's pretty easy. And then kind of just hold W into this part. Set these up. And welcome down the outside. It's easy though, so you don't really gotta worry. This is a tilting spinner, so kind of just tilt it up and then get to the top part. Go into this side. Do more of that bouncing. And then more of it. Until you make it up. Like that. And I like to just flick really hard and like, shift. Make it up there. Yeah, it's going to be a lot darker in game like I said here, but just kind of try to pay attention. Welcome to floor 8. So this spinner is pretty easy. I'll just tell you what to do. So these spinners right here. So jump on it, then jump on the innermost one, then it again, and then jump on the longer one. If that didn't make sense, you can just replay it until you can tell which spinner is which. It's honestly hard to explain, but it shouldn't be that hard to learn. Jump carefully up to this wedge. It's kind of a tight jump because it's literally just a one-side wedge. Line this up backwards and then kind of just get to the edge. These are super tight falling platform wraps, so just jump extremely late and, use your camera movement well. Then just follow the rest of the falling platforms. It's pretty easy. Don't got much to say here. To this ladder. Onto here. And I like to set this up so, go on it early. Then jump once, then just walk the last two. It's the best way to do that. And this is a super long wrap, so make sure to set this up well. Because, yeah, it's probably the longest wrap in the tower. Nothing crazy. And then up to here, jump down here. Come over here, and this is a conveyor down here, so be careful, but all you need to do is wrap around up to here. For these falling platform chains, stay on the top one for longer, just so you can, let the other ones respawn. It's the easiest way to do it. Like this, and it should be easy. Come over to this gap, and wrap around onto this part right here, over to here, and do a little wall hop in these wedges. These are conveyors, careful about that. Over to here. This snake is can collect too, so try not to get bounced off by it. Pretty tight wrap over here. And for this, bull crap, just, line up in the middle. And then turn sideways and then just hit her. The best way to do it. Swinging sideways is most likely going to fail. For this, jump and like immediately turn. Just full W. This is a 3x3, so take your time setting that up. And you have some simple low roof gameplay. It's really easy, unless that happens, which is great. But try to climb down. Really nothing to say here. This is like really super easy, as long as you don't get like physics issues. And this part's netted before floor 9, so kind of just unshift lock, shift lock as soon as you're walking off. Welcome to floor 9. This floor is mostly safe, kind of, but it's kind of like a bunch of boxes. So set up like that. Jump to here. And this is a little conveyor. This wall hop up to here, and this is a DBJ. Just tap W on one course at a time. It's super easy. You shouldn't have a problem. And time the spinner down to here. Do a simple wrap around stuff. I'll jump over to here. And this jump's pretty long. I like to do a 13 step strat. Don't turn that much, and just go for it. And then you're going to need to push this enough. Every time it comes close to you, push it. So you can climb on it eventually. And once it gets to about right here, I think it's good to go. So just climb on it. And up to here. And a little safety net here, so do it while it lasts. climb down, and this X pusher, cram yourself into it. Hop onto this block, and this jump's super long, so don't underestimate it. Jump down to here and do some easy editors. Go over here, not that way. And then jump down to this part. You can just walk down into this truss, climb down, flick. Go to like the middle of this conveyor, and then hold W and D over to here. Like as soon as you're going on it, just hold W down here, climb down a little bit, momentum jump down, and then over to here. It's kind of a long jump. You'll line carefully onto the stem stud, and then jump over to here. Okay, yeah, that's kind of a dumb jump because you can just get caught by the wall, but come over here, wedge yourself into this gap, and for this, jump and then just kind of turn to the corner so you can climb it. And then I like to just go forwards and then shove myself into the gap if it will work. It's usually not hard. And then set this up well because it's a kind of long jump. Try to hit your head. Then you got an easy spinner. So nothing to worry about. I mean, you can definitely escape this. I don't know. Probably. Then easy conveyor over to this wedge. Shift off of that. Then jump up to here. Shove yourself into this gap. And this part's netted, so you don't gotta worry about anything. I like to just high jump up here. And a little bit of a tight wrap around onto here. And you got another net. Just hold space up here onto this little ledge until you make it. Walk around that. Up to here. We're almost done with the floor. We're almost there. Now come over here. Down here. This stuff's kind of long, so make sure to turn in pretty late. Now this leads to this part up here. So you can come down here and set this up pretty well. It's kind of a long jump out of that one set gap. Same thing here. I do it pretty early this time because it's a long, pretty tight timing, but shouldn't be that bad. And then you got a 12-step raise by one, so be careful. You know, set it up well. Don't turn here because it's a 1.5 set gap. And jump over to here. Now you got the last parts of the floor. So wall hop up here. Just hold jump here and D. Whichever direction facing. Down to here. And I like to, you know, do the same thing again. That. Walk around. This is a GBJ, so be careful. Get on this truss and then just kind of glide across. Ladder, sorry. And then get into the corner of this truss and make sure you're not going to hit your head. All you have to do is just jump the other corner of this truss. Now welcome to floor 10. So, I don't have good news for you, unfortunately. This floor is genuinely like 10 minutes of just straight punishing gameplay. So, yeah, I wish you extreme luck here. The only thing that's good is the raw gameplay is a lot easier than what you just did. So, you shouldn't have to worry that much. So, anyways, wrap pretty early on this because that's a tight jump to do. And you can wait on this conveyor time to spin or jump. And here's where it truly starts. So, yeah, good luck. I don't gotta explain much because it's simple jumps, but I'm really just gonna guide you as much as I can here. So climb up here, do a high jump up here. Don't try to climb onto this stud. Climb that ladder carefully forwards. And you just got some simple wraparounds, nothing crazy. This one's kind of long. These are conveyors, so be careful about that. This one is too. Jump up here, high jump up here. And then time the spinner so that you can go past it. Over to this conveyor. And once you get here, I kind of just like to flick and jump around. Long jump over here. And then you got some simple wraparounds. Make sure to set them up though. Don't underestimate any of them. And then climb up this. And you got some tightrope jumps down to here. Careful on this tightrope. Once you get to about here, just do a little header up. Some kill bricks, but you shouldn't have to watch your health. It's not that many. And jump over to here. Long jump here, don't underestimate it. Climb onto this ladder and then form a little header. Go up onto this, header again. 3x2 stick out. Tested wrap, I think. And then this stuff's kind of long, so be careful. You know, try not to underestimate anything out here because it's one fall and you're cooked. Conveyor down to here, super easy. And I like to just kind of turn a little bit, then face this way and flick down. Go on the sideways, And then you don't have to do that, you can just jump down here. Flick down if you get stuck on the 2 stick climb up. Jump down to this truss. This jump's super long, so careful. But you can catch yourself down there if you fell. Yeah, be careful of that jump. High jump up here, but if you don't make it, try to climb that truss. Or grab that truss. This section is kind of go brick heavy, so be careful. Once you get here, just get into the gap, then just hold D over here, or whichever direction you're facing. You got some simple jumps. Careful onto this ladder. Make sure to turn straight, and then you got the scary truss. All you gotta do is just climb around, then jump off, climb down over to here. Come this way. This jump's sort of long, so don't underestimate it. Jump late on this conveyor. It's a pretty long jump. And just easy wrap around onto this tightrope. Now you get some tightrope gameplay, so don't jump too late. Try not to flat side. This jump's kind of high up. And make it over here. These spinners are easy. Just, go on them one at a time. And then once you get here, wait. The next spinners are a little bit more complicated, so try to just be careful, look for as soon, like whenever they come out, jump on them. And then for this, wait till it's like completely flat or less, because if you try to jump while it's slanted like that, then you're gonna not make it usually, because you know how slanted faces are, so careful there. Flick from here to make it. This is a little bit of like a high jump mechanism, so you can just high jump off the wall here. Wall hop here. And you're done with this section. So this is a conveyor down here, so careful once you jump down to here. And we have a little bit of a conveyor gauntlet. It's super easy though, as long as you just take your time for each one. And once you get up here, oops, don't jump there. Once you get up here, stay from the conveyor mayhem, and do a little bit of a long wraparound over here. Jump over to here. These falling platforms are super easy. Obviously, just watch for whichever one's not transparent. Jump on those. Kind of align into here and then jump out. Jump sort of long, just careful. Jump down here, and just got some simple jumps. I don't need to explain this. You can skip this ladder if you're feeling scared, but because it is a one-step ladder, or else you can just make sure to climb as straight as you can onto it. Another cure brick to block your vision. This section is kind of sketchy, so be very careful. Make sure you are certain you know where the platform is before you jump, or else it could lead to something bad. Heal up, because this part damages you a lot. And for these conveyors, you just want to go here, to the left and to the right, and then come down to this little break sign, because you deserve it after going through all that. So yeah, we got some easy gameplay. It's a little break, which is nice. So nothing to say here. Careful, this is a little long. A short break though, so yeah, you don't get much leniency. Just hide them above like that. And then carefully through this gap. And you got this giant spinner, so yeah, again it's wobbly, so careful. Try to make it tilt so you can get up. Alright, like that. And you don't need to do the bounce, just wiggle up. The spinner over to this wedge here. Just hit her up backwards. And then jump around. Simple wraparounds, I don't have anything to say. Flick onto that. Over to here, and half steps, be careful. And then, alright, so all you need to do is come over here on top of this. And then you got some simple conveyors over here. For these conveyors, just hold W, you don't gotta jump at all. It'll just be automatic. So this is what I like to consider the final stretch of the tower. So good luck. You're super close. This is like the last outside section. So it starts with some simple wobble platforms. They're easy because they don't wobble a lot, and you can just skip up to here because I don't know what the point of that is. This jump's not long. This may look intimidating, but it's really easy. Just jump up to this part across this tightrope. Obviously, take it super slow if you're actually in a real run. And then obviously line up here so you can not get like weird physics. Then walk off. This ice pusher goes infinitely, so make sure to not push it too far or else you might be cooked. And just downward momentum onto this falling platform. This jump's sort of tight, so make sure to, flick onto that wedge to here. And this jump's sort of long, don't underestimate it. Jump at the corner. Another kill brick blocking your vision is easy. I like to just like flick down into this. I don't like climbing on ladders. I don't trust them. But if that's what you're most comfortable with, then go ahead. Whatever works for you works. Alright, and after you make it here, congratulations. You see some easy jumps up to the top. You're not done quite yet, however. Just jump on the last conveyor over to this truss, and welcome to the Truss Mayhem. Um, it's super easy. Like, this is like intense gameplay at most. So you have literally nothing to worry about, honestly. Just take your time though with each flick. You don't want to flat side. Be very careful. Yeah, I'm not gonna say much here since it's mostly just nerve control. So, but yeah, you're at the last stretch. There's only one sketchy obstacle that remains, so lock in for that. And this entire section is just spam. So once you get over here, you know, don't go directly into the park. Go from like here, then just flick up to here. And the final obstacle is a sketchy spinner, but don't worry, it's not too bad. So all you need to do, time it super early, jump onto it. And for this, get as close to the spinner as possible, but don't touch it. And as soon as it goes past it, go inwards and then jump onto it. And congratulations, you have completed the Tower of Hellfire and Brimstone, hardest tower in Tower Dollars. Boom. So yeah, that is the tower. Hopefully the strategies helped you. It took me a while to find them because this tower was especially tricky on the last floors, but yeah, hopefully floor 10 isn't too intimidating even though it is. I mean, it took me 12 minutes in my real run. Like, it is insane. So yeah, hopefully you're able to beat this tower with this guide. I really hope this helps you because I mean, this is the toughest tower in the game, truly. It's brutal. Hopefully this video helped you, and that's really all I have to say. I'll probably take a little break from guides, make some other content. Still like, you know, hobbies and stuff. But yeah, I'll update you later, I guess. See ya.